Hey Wastrels, I just want to let you know really quick before it jumps fully into the commentated gameplay stuff. I am still responding to comments, so please leave some comments down below with questions or discussion topics and stuff like that. But I will let you know that the backlog goes pretty far back at this point because I have done so many dialogue things in the more recent episodes that I simply haven't had a spot to put comments in. So I'm still doing it, just be patient on when your comment will be answered. I'm like 15 episodes back or more. So please be patient. And thanks for still watching. It says, hey, welcome back. What is it you need from Jules, my friend? So I'm curious, Jules, what is it you get out of playing tour guide? His smile dies. I'm looking for people like you coming into Reno. This is the prime spot to deal. Plus, certain establishments pay me to point newcomers their way. That a good enough answer for you? Just curious. Thanks for the honesty. Okay, so Jules doesn't seem to have anything. Booty shoppers, no. Could talk to this kid. The child stares at you sullenly as you approach. You can barely see his face beneath all the dirt. On the remains of his shirt is scribbled, Cody, where are your parents? Cody continues to stare at you. You want something to eat maybe? You take care of yourself, Cody. I'm not gonna give him drugs. I'm not gonna give drugs to children. That's a negative karma thing. Let's wander into the Desperado and see what we can learn here. They said search Virgin Street. Watch out for the masticator. He has a taste for ears. Haha, I two-punched him. Don't worry about it. The man at the bar says, hey, you're punchy. A big old fighter. Man, you're good. Who are you? He says, me? If you gotta ask. Name's Jesus. Jesus Mordino. Same as my dad, but he's Big Jesus. Head of the whole Mordino family here in New Reno. So most call me Lil Jesus. Prevents confusion, you know? I see. Say, I've got some questions. Picks his teeth with a dirty fingernail. Yeah? What was that you were saying about the Mordino family again? See, we Mordinos, we are gonna run New Reno. And Redding, too. You'll see. Sounds like the Mordino family is the one to hook up with. Can you set me up? Checks you over, nods. We're always looking for new blood, especially new blood that's willing to spill blood. Know what I'm saying? Go upstairs, talk to my pa, tell him I sent you, and maybe we can do business. I'll go see him then. Later, Jesus. Okay. Well, he gave me an in for the Mordino family, but I can't really ask, not even the bartender. Refer to me as champ, that was nice. But I don't know what the actual lead is. Like, I know where Lloyd is, but I don't think I've ever figured out like how you actually find out that he's in the basement of the Desperado, because that's where he is. He's right in here. I think there's a box of stuff over here that I want to get. There are also rats in here. This door is locked. Oh no. You know what we do about locked doors? We punch them. So look, I'm gonna need some room though. I don't want to punch you by accident again. Doesn't even put a scratch on the door. Wow. Never mind that. I'll have to get my lockpick set out. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing even? Okay. Lockpick set. You gain 25 experience points by opening the door. Or unlocking the door. And then things are not aggressive for some reason. Then I'll wander over here. My party will murder. It's a very dead rat. And we'll end combat. I just want to see what's in this box. That's all. That's all I want. Oh, it is something important. It's the poison tank. So you know how Mr. Salvatore was using an oxygen tank? This tank looks suspiciously like an oxygen tank, but there's a small skull and crossbones symbol etched on the bottom. If you hadn't examined it closely, you wouldn't have seen the symbol. It weighs 5 pounds. Yes, indeed. So, we can use that to our advantage later. Not immediately, but later. So, we're going to go over to this door here and open it up. Fail to pick the lock. There we go, 25 experience points. And we open the door. Aha! Who are you? What are you doing out here? You Lloyd? Pretty boy Lloyd? He stiffens. Maybe. Who are you? I don't believe I've had the pleasure. Dispense with the bullcrap, Lloyd. I'm here for the money you stole from Mr. Salvatore. He says, all right now. Swallows. It's on the Golgotha Plain south of New Reno, buried in one of the graves. Only I know where it is, though. Show me. Lloyd looks like he's about to say something, thinks better of it, then nods. All right, then. Seems like I got no choice. Let's go. I'm right behind you. And then he takes us all the way to Golgotha. He says, here we are. Phew. The money's in this grave here. Dig it up, Lloyd. Then I reply, there's two types of people in this world, Lloyd. Those with loaded guns and those that dig. Lloyd mumbles under his breath and proceeds to dig carefully. Less than a minute later, he pulls out a landmine from beneath the dirt and sets it aside. He shrugs sheepishly. Nice one, Lloyd. Keep digging. Let's see what else is under there. About a half hour later, Lloyd has dug away enough dirt to reveal a small manhole cover set into the ground. You're certain you wouldn't have found it if Lloyd hadn't told you about it. Lloyd takes a deep breath and wipes his forehead. Old fallout shelter. Open the manhole, Lloyd. The manhole cover opens with a rusty shriek, revealing a dark hole leading downwards. Get in there, Lloyd. Lloyd frowns, thinks about making a comment, then shrugs and climbs down the manhole cover. Hey, Lloyd. Catch. Drop the landmine down the hole. All in a day's work. So now when we go down in the mine, or go down, sorry, we walk into it. There we go. Now there's the remains of Lloyd here with another shovel. The other stuff we don't need. And here is Mr. Salvatore's 1,000 caps or chips or gold or whatever. All in a day's work. Like I said. So, this is where it gets tricky, because I still have the benefits of... Hold on. I still have the benefits of the chems in my character's system. They don't fade until a few hours later. So hopefully, I can make it as short a trip as possible and not lose the benefits of the mentats. Hopefully. We were pretty far away. New Reno. 2nd Street. Ha ha ha. Okay, cool. We have a charisma of 6 still. Awesome. So we should be able to take care of this no problem. So 1 dose of mentats and 1 pair of shades can get you what you need, basically. If you have a charisma of 4. If it's lower than that, you might be screwed. So we'll talk to Mason. He said, you found Lloyd yet? Yep, found Lloyd. He nods, frowning slightly. Well, all right then. Go tell Mr. Salvatore what you found. All right, so you can give a lot of sass, a lot of crosstalk. Just say, all right. Mason gets uppity. I can go in this time. I know. Mr. Salvatore. He looks up at you, takes a breath from the mask. Have you disposed of the thief? Yes, I made an example of him, Mr. Salvatore. Puts his fingers together. And the money. Has it been recovered? Yes, Mr. Salvatore. We're not going to shortchange a crime boss, so we'll give him 1,000 chips. Salvatore nods as you hand him the money, but then holds up his hands halfway through the transaction. The remaining half is yours. Thank you, Mr. Salvatore. Mr. Salvatore takes a breath from the mask. I have another matter that requires attention. I'm interested in the job, Mr. Salvatore. What do you want me to do? He says, a constituent in my district has not paid me tribute for the services I provide. Collect it. If he objects, inform him that you are my representative in this matter. Talk to Mason for the details. Yes, Mr. Salvatore, I'll go see him. And we leveled up. Talk to Mason, get this sorted first. Mason says, all right then. You're going to be a one-man collection agency. Drill's simple. Visit Renesco's pharmacy on Commercial Row, collect the tribute, 1,000 chips, then bring it back here. All right, anything else? He says, don't let Gramps give you any bullcrap. If he does, tell him you work for Mr. Salvatore. That should clear up any misunderstandings. You got that? Got it. That's all I need to know. Thanks, Mason. It starts to get tricky. Okay, I'll go downstairs and level up. So we now have 24 skill points to work with. We have 88 science skill. We are getting, I think I need 1 more level, but because I believe we'll need, I can't remember how much. I think we'll need like 130 science skill or something, or 120. something like that for the best outcome for the Sierra Army Depot, which is outrageous, saying it out loud. It's a very high skill requirement. But let's get the tribute here. Oh, this one's tricky too. I just had to reload because I forgot to do something. Cassidy. Oh, Cassidy. Ah! You can find... Okay. So, with Renesco, you need to be able to prove that you work for Mr. Salvatore. And the best way to do that is to have a laser pistol in your inventory. And flash it when he starts giving you guff. You can take one from Mr. Salvatore's room. Like, he doesn't care if you loot his containers in his room if you don't have one. Renesco says, make it quick. I've come to select Mr. Salvatore's tribute. Renesco says, then you wasted a trip. I paid Mr. Salvatore's tribute 2 weeks ago, as per the schedule. I don't know who you are, or what you think you're doing, but you aren't getting a red chip from me. Get. I am Mr. Salvatore's representative. You will give me the tribute I've asked for, and you will do so now. He says, you lose your hearing, boy. I said I paid the tribute already 2 weeks ago. If you really are from Salvatore, you would know that. Now get. You're the one who's lost his hearing. I am Mr. Salvatore's representative, and you will pay the tribute. He says, prove you're from Salvatore, and I'll consider giving you the chips, else you aren't getting crap. What, you think this laser pistol is just for show? He says, don't matter. I can't pay. The last collection nearly wiped me out. That is not my concern. You will get me the money now. Mr. Salvatore does not want to hear your excuses. He says, threatening me ain't gonna help. Mr. Salvatore wants his money. I don't have it. He'll be mad at me, but he'll be mad at you too. Salvatore doesn't like people who let him down. You better figure out something quick. I already have. I will pay your share for this period. In exchange, you will give me a discount at your store. He says, now hold on, you Neanderthal. I will not argue with you anymore. My patience is at an end. Those are my terms. He says, look, now, all right then. You get a discount with air quotes. Let me see your stock. I will make my purchases now. The discount is free. We can get whatever we want, except for money, obviously. So I'm gonna buy these chems, the stim packs. Don't really need the anti-rad stuff so much. I would get more if money was tight, but it's really not. So then I will trade a throwing knife for a bunch of free stuff. I say thank you. I don't want anything right now, but don't worry, I'll be back. And I think that'll work for this quest. I just had to make sure that I had the laser pistol on me to show. So now we go back to Mr. Salvatore. I've been screwing up left and right, but you're only seeing the best possible outcome. Like this, Salvatore is really tricky. Annoyingly so. So we'll talk to Mason. He says, you collect the tribute yet? Got it. Here's the money. Mason nods, seems disappointed. Heh, thought we'd bled old Renesco his last dime. All right then. Well, take it into the boss. Frowns. Go on now. All right. Open the door. I do want to loot his place too, because he really doesn't care. Oh look, Adine's electronics. Right? Yeah. And then this foot locker is where, yeah, he keeps a laser pistol. I will take the energy cells. Take all this stuff. Good stuff in these shelves. And shotgun, don't need that. In here is alcohol. Might make use of that later when we're assassinating him. I mean, giving him a high five. So let's speak with Salvatore and see if it works. He says, have you done as I asked? Yes, Mr. Salvatore. I have the tribute you asked me to collect. Very well. He waits. Give him 1,000 chips. Salvatore nods as you give him the money. You have done well. You have earned 25% of the cut. Thank you, Mr. Salvatore. Takes a deep breath from the mask. I have another matter that I could use your assistance with. I am interested in the job, Mr. Salvatore. What do you want me to do? Mr. Salvatore says, a sensitive transaction will be taking place soon. I am in need of an extra guard to ensure that the transaction goes smoothly. You will speak with Mason and do as he directs you. Can I have one of those laser weapons you use? He says, yes. This time, yes. But you will carry other armaments as well. Talk to Mason about the details. He will give you one of the Lightbringers. Yes, Mr. Salvatore. Okay, so that is the one window in which you ask for a laser weapon and he is okay with it once you get to this part, because he trusts you enough to do the final mission for them. So now we speak to Mason. Mason says, all right, the boss says you're coming along on a little transaction we're doing. Make sure you come armed, don't bring no pea shooters, then come back and talk to me. Mr. Salvatore said you were to give me a laser pistol. Mason says, yeah, that's the word. Here you go. Don't go playing with it neither. You hurt anyone with that thing, and I'll shoot you dead. Can you teach me how to use it? And he grunts, gosh dang it. Look, first off, hold it like this. Adjusts your grip. Now, the loading chamber is here. After an hour and some practice, Mason has improved your skill with energy weapons. Get a little bit of improvement. So Mason, why do I need something other than this? These pistols seem pretty powerful. Mason says, why is it you gotta question everything I say? Look, the other party at this transaction ain't gonna be hurt by these Lightbringers, okay? So make sure you have something else with you. What is this transaction we're doing again? Sneers. If the boss didn't tell you, then you ain't gotta know. So shut your hole and don't be telling anyone about what's going on neither. Or I'll make sure you never say anything again. I'm ready to go right now. Let's do it. He says, let's go then. Follow him and the other Salvatores into the desert. Okay, so it is also very important to not wait. Like, you can ask them to wait for you, but I did that previously when I was doing tests, and he just straight up goes hostile because he waited too long. Even though it was minutes afterwards. So, now we're doing the transaction. Guess who? Guess who it is? Shut up, here they come. Do you have the cargo we requested? Yes, the chemicals are all here. You can check them if you like. That will not be necessary. You know what will happen if the chemicals do not meet the specifications we requested. Right, of course. And you brought the Lightbringers? The laser weapons are in our cargo bay. To ensure your cooperation, we will transmit the arming sequence for them once the chemicals are loaded. Well, right then. Load her up, boys. No, we will load the cargo. Right, of course. Give them room, boys. All right, we're good here. The rest of you guards head back to Reno. We'll meet up with you. So is that Mason? No, that's just a Salvatore guard. Okay, now we have the opportunity to go back. We could just murder everyone here. I don't think that has an effect whatsoever if you don't. But now we can go back to New Reno 2nd Street, and I think we still have... Nope, now my charisma got nerfed. Okay, well, we've used the charisma bonus as long as we needed to. So I believe if you just head back in, you can become made man with Louis Salvatore. So we're not gonna do that. And we're gonna move on to the next family, most of which will be much easier. So next we'll do work for the Mordino family. I think that'll do the trick. The hard dialogue situations are done with. Thank goodness. Thank the stars. The rest of these should be easy and straightforward for the most part. Alright, I was worried about this because of the extra time spent. I don't have the means to address Signor Mordino as such throughout the entirety of his dialogue, and that the success of becoming made man kind of hinges on that. So I think we have to go to Broken Hills really quick so I can get more mentats, because we already got a dose from Renesco and he doesn't have any more. So that was just me popping back to my car really quick. So luckily Broken Hills is right next door, like a few... Are these square miles? I don't even know. Those are really close together if those are square miles. I don't know. But, okay, so we're going to go till daytime. And then residential. I should have done this earlier when the professor was willing to speak to me, because he sells a whole bunch of mentats, and I'm gonna probably include this in the guide too if I do it. So if I check his pockets really quick, he's got 5 doses of mentats on him. Funny part is, nobody seems to care if you just off him, if you just kill him. So this might be the one short window in which I just straight up murder somebody in in Broken Hills while Marcus, the sheriff, is witness to it. Special thanks to my Wasteland legends, Sven and David Hoover, and thanks to the rest of my patrons on screen now. You can catch future episodes of this playthrough on Wednesdays and Fridays, noon and 10 a.m. Pacific. Thanks for watching. I'm Caedo Genesis, and may you wander the wasteland like you own it.